You're listening to Whoosh 22. We are so cute. Nice face. Oh, yeah. How amazing is that track? That was Chai with Neo. I love that.
Did you pick that song because you and I, are so cute? We are so cute.
We are, Katy, but I was being a bit more inclusive than that. I was thinking about everybody who listens to the podcast.
Okay, that's true. They are so cute. So that was the world's greatest video. It was so cute. And they should tour with Pottery, who also made a super silly video that I loved last week.
I think they should tour with Duran Duran.
They could. They're a 4-member all-female rock band from let's see, here we go. Nagoya, Aichi, Japan.
Yeah.
Formed in 2012, they released their debut album Pink in 2017, and this track is off that album Pink. The band's name comes from the Russian tea.
Yeah.
And Kana, who is one of the girls in the band, she drank tea with jam with her Russian literature professor and thought that's the band's name. So Excellent. It might, yeah. Is it chai and not kai then? Chai tea?
Chai is tea, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, that was a super adorable track to start out with. I loved it. How's your week going there, Mr. SLB?
It's been a hot one here. We've had a bit of heat. It's gone back to we've got Indian summer happening, but like true to form, we don't know how long it's going to last. I think the cold weather's coming in probably on the weekend, but everybody's it's in this country when it gets nice and warm, everybody sort of takes as much clothing off as possible. So I go around, I just see all the cute bodies on the street, male and female. That's the best thing about it.
I hear you. It's gotten quite cold here, like suddenly very fall season football weather.
Yeah,
I was thinking, we said a few weeks ago, or I said we'd never seen a football game, but I did see a football game with you. We saw a New Orleans Saints game. Do you remember that?
Football. That's American football.
That's American football.
Football's where you use your feet on the ball, hence the name, rather than pick it up and throw it to each other.
Are you watching the new show Ted Lasso that your friend John Taylor recommended to me?
Oh, he hasn't recommended it to me. Is it good?
It's on Apple TV. It's about an American football coach who's sent to England to coach a proper UK football team.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yes, I think I have heard about this. I haven't. I think it might be on another platform in this country. I don't have Apple TV, so Apple have had enough of my money. Thank you very much.
I hear you.
I really feel that. Okay, I think we should play some music.
What should we play next?
We're going to play something super, super, super classy. Jay Bernardt. We have played him before. We played his track Wicked Streets before.
Episode 7.
Yeah, so this is one of my old. I've been saving this one. This is a bit of real class, and I think this is just the right piece of music to carry on with this. This is The Other Man.
Won't you come set me free? So where's my liberty? I remembered it clear. Now it all seems to disappear. Up to the point where I disagree with the other man in me. My ships got wrecked due to all the poor decisions I collect. See, it's a well-known fact, it's a rotten pact sealed on the 7th floor. So when's my counteract? Comes out slowly now, speeding up in time till I go it has come between me and my reality. Yeah, it has come between me and my referee. See where we stand, the higher the low end. It feels like quicksand. Comes out slowly now, speeding up in town till it caught me up. And it caught me up. Comes out slowly now, speeding up in town till it caught me up. And it caught me up.
A Britishman's labour, yeah, painful to watch as he watches the chase, as he hates all his neighbours. He praises his saviour, nice, we want it easy. Keep things polite. Don't want to get on David Bear's bad side. No, no, no. Now he's afraid to go outside to feed the ducks, to unionize. They keep on telling him, just go back home. He's told
Damn right. Don't want to get on David Byrne's bad side. That was Courting here on Whoosh. That was fantastic. That is TWFNB. This week's favorite new band.
Well, when I took my notes for this song, I wrote, this is such a Simon song, if there ever was one.
I absolutely adore this. And I like this band so much, we're going to play them at the end of the show as the bonus track.
Go, dude. So this is a band of Scousers, which means they're from Liverpool. A recent review said that the track is a natty burst of high energy, lyrics narrated observationally, perfect for the summer, which I agree with. The song really has nothing to do with David Byrne, by the way.
Yeah, I bet.
The singer said, and I like this too, it's about class tourism and casual racism that exists in Britain today.
Yeah.
It's a portrait of the type of person who votes UKIP and wants to close our borders, yet promises that they're not racist. So, and I also personally thought they were cute, so they go on my checklist. Yay, cute bands.
Yeah. For future reference, it's UKIP.
Oh.
Which stands for the UK Independence Party. And they were, I mean, they're a big part of the Brexit movement, of obviously. But now that's been done, they're done, I reckon. Anyway. I think they're fabulous. I put them on the show because I'd love to give them a leg up in any little way that I can. This is the kind of thing that I support. Great.
It's very good to have your
great music. That is great music. I think it's really great music, and I love a band who can play like that.
I know, they're very you. You've rediscovered, or you're discovering new music, and you've rediscovered this sort of A&R niche that you fit into. Who knew?
What's A&R? A&R. Artist and repertoire.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be good.
Repertoire. It's French, you know. All right, let's move on.
I have a question. I mean, I don't have a question.
You don't.
Arnie, no, but I have a question. Arnie says, hello, Simon and Katy.
Hi,
you two have perfect personalities for the show. Yay, us. I have a question for Simon. Sorry, Katy. Foofed on you, Arnie. I will have one for you in the future. Okay, this is a good question. How has Simon been influenced by Yasmin's Iranian background, music, children, food? Would Simon consider adding Iranian music to the playlist? Thank you, Arnie.
Thank you, Arnie. I mean, I have definitely, the Iranian culture has definitely come into my life since I met Yasmin. I guess, I mean, her father, who, God rest his soul, was such a huge part of all our lives in this family. Massive, massive part of all our lives. That's the biggest influence, his sense of right and wrong. I don't know if that's particularly an Iranian thing, actually. His personality was amazing. I think that you can't, there's a certain family thing in Iranian culture. It's very hard to kind of put a finger on exactly what it is, but there's a feeling of trust and comfort within family groups that I really, really, really found very welcoming and very happy, and a great capacity to welcome strangers into it. And to trust them until they put a foot wrong. And I didn't put a foot wrong, actually. I did not. The music is great for dancing to at Iranian parties. I haven't heard the track yet that I want to put on Whoosh. But I'm sure it's out there. And if I spend a bit more time listening, maybe I will find the right track. And then I think you just got to say the food. If anybody hasn't tasted Iranian food, get yourself to an Iranian restaurant. Order khorma sabzi with mostokhir. What else? maybe chorish, or there's just so many fantastic food. And of course, there's what we call Persian kebab. It's kebab, not kebab. It's kebab. Remember that. And it's cooked on swords called sikhs. And if you haven't had that, you've got to try the kubide and the kebab bag. And you have that with rice, which has a raw egg in it, butter, and sumac on top of it, and raw onion. It's brilliant. Okay, that's enough about Persian food.
Would I eat
I'm getting hungry.
Would I eat any of it? I want to know.
None of it comes out of a plastic bag, Katy.
Oh my God, that's so mean. Number one.
Wait, so by the way, listeners, we're talking about the person who actually did eat only Alexander the grape for a good many years. That was your only source of protein, wasn't it?
It wasn't even a protein. Let's move on before we start making fun of me even worse.
Okay.
We have another question. That was a good question. We have another question from Lenore. Hi, Katy and Simon. I have a question for both of you. Woo! Now that it seems that all of Duran Duran are in the same time zone, which they're not, actually, do either of you plan to ask your bandmates, including Simon Wilseycroft, Dom, and Anna, and your collaborators, Niall, Mark, Janelle Monáe, Mr. Hudson, to come on to an episode of Whoosh? What?
Well, that's a great question.
That is, Lenore.
I hadn't thought about it. It was always a kind of separate thing to all of those people. I guess I could ask. I don't expect anybody to ever say yes. I guess I'd feel a bit silly if they said no. But then
who would say yes?
Who would say yes?
Ben Hudson.
Ben. Maybe Ben would.
I think he would.
I was actually thinking that Niall probably would.
Niall would probably too.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
maybe Mark.
It's an idea. It's just an idea. Possibly it's a nice idea. I was just slowly working my way through the family first, Lenore. That's the way I was doing it. So you'll probably hear from my dad before you hear from John Taylor or Mark Ronison. All right. Let's move on. Let's play some music.
What about...
We got a band called The Big Moon, and we're going to play something by them. Want to tell us something about the band, Katy?
I do. They're a London four-piece based in London, of course, formed in 2014. Their debut album, Love in the Fourth Dimension, was released in 2017, and that album was shortlisted for the Mercury Prize.
Oh, really?
Yes. This song you're about to play, called Don't Think, is from their current album, Walking Like We Do.
Some nights you just wait for the rising of the sun, avoiding all your shy mates and trailing in the wake of the loud ones, trying to shout above the drums. But you're wiser now than you were, your bark is like your bite. If you have a gut feeling, maybe you should go with it this time. It could be wrong, it could be right. Just don't think about it now, just don't think about it now, or your head will talk you out of it. Just don't think about a thing, just don't think about a thing, and your heart will lead you into it. 'Cause now I'll never let you like that. Yeah, now I'll never let you like that.
The Big Moon, and Don't Think. Now, we've got another don't coming up soon, so don't confuse me.
I'd like to not think for a day. That would be nice. I could not think about anything.
Well, actually, that's really what meditation is all about, isn't it? It's about learning not to think, just to exist. And
do you ever meditate?
No.
Me neither.
I mean, I have tried it and it works very well, but I just don't have the time.
I don't think it suits our brain, the kind of brain we have, sadly.
You have a question for me?
I do. I have a question from Han Shattuck. And she just has a question for Simon, as usual. When you think of when you are performing on stage, do you start to recognize the same fans in the crowd? If so, do you think that's a good thing, or do you prefer seeing different people? I admit my friend Becky and I are always in the first 3 rows of any show you play in California or Vegas. Can't wait to hear new music from Duran Duran and see you in concert again.
Oh, interesting. I think you like a bit of both, really. It would, it's great to see faces and that you recognize and to say hi to people. You feel like you know a little bit, but then you wouldn't like it if you saw the same faces every night and no new ones. It's always nice to see new faces there as well.
Okay. That makes sense to me. I have another question from Paula, who says, hi, Katy. Listening to the podcast makes one thing lead to another. For Simon, at festivals they've performed at, did you go see any bands or artists? Were you looking forward to them? And which ones were among your favorite?
Yes. And I've seen some fantastic artists. For some reason, the one that's popping into my head now is PJ Harvey. When we played at Coachella, she came on. We had the sunset slot at Coachella, and I think Kanye West, he was the headline of that show. But the artist I was looking forward to seeing was PJ Harvey. So we went to a different stage and they let us come up on the side of the stage and watch her. And it was absolutely magical. It's when she had that album, Let England Shake. It's an album or that song, that song. Yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful artist. Maybe we play some PJ Harvey on. Maybe we will.
She's had a very interesting career, I think.
She has, hasn't she? She's very highly regarded, critically acclaimed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think she's had the kind of career that she has wanted to have, which is so unusual.
Well, one would hope so. Really?
One would hope so. So we have, when I saw the name of the next artist, The Murder Capital.
The Murder Capital.
I was like, is this some hip hop again from this guy? But it isn't at all. I actually thought they sounded like Joy Division.
That's interesting. Yes, I hear a lot of 80s influence in the band. This Murder Capital are part of the Irish
punk band, the movement you've started.
The movement I've started, indeed. I wouldn't call them a punk band, really. They're not technically a punk band. I mean, I definitely feel that, but I definitely feel they're kind of they're part of this movement of music coming out of Ireland. I'm really happy to play this record as well. They were recording at in the studio that we were recording at in London. We were downstairs. No, then they were upstairs. Yes. So, and it's an old-fashioned studio where you could hear lots of the stuff coming from other studios. So we got to hear a lot of Murder Capital when we were in there recording. And they're very nice guys too. Very nice guys. And I'm sure they're very hardworking. So we're going to play it here on Whoosh. This is the Murder Capital and Don't Cling to Life.
Gone awry,
Feels like someone's watching me. A man is out there in the trees. Think that's the reason I can't sleep. I see him lurking in my dreams. I stand and walk out of my room. Everything around me feels so still. I wonder if he'll jump right out, cover my face and hold me down. Will I see him, will I not? I bet he has a hiding spot. I can't relax, hear something snap. He must be out there, watch out, walking through the garden at night. Things out there still delight. Can see this man, he's out of sight, but he still remains in my mind. In the night garden, things are out there creeping. They get into my dreams and befriend all my demons. I ask, is anybody out there? No reply comes to my ears. I think must just be a rat out there. Guess now I'll try to sleep, there's no one here. Back into my bed I go. Covers right over my toes. Pillow goes over my head. I pray that I won't wake up dead. Feels like someone's watching me. A man is out there in the trees. Think that's the reason I can't see. I see him looking in my dreams. In the night garden, things are out there creeping. They get into my dreams and befriend all my demons.
Walk through the Garden of Eden, nighttime I need it. With a girl called Eve, she don't really like speaking. Speedballing, speeding to the weekend. When it's up and stuck, I don't ever need a reason, but she keeps on praying. Look me in my eyes, cause my lips could be deceiving. Why you always scheming? Put my dreams on a big screen, now I'm leaving. I can't believe I fell in love with a Dracula. Might have met my match. Took her to the night show and now she's acting up. I need to pack her up, get her out of here, cause I'm on demon time, I got no time to spare. I walked in the party at 5. She's still trying to kill my whole vibe, but the sun's coming up, that's my kryptonite. I wonder if she coming back to the crib tonight. Bad kid.
In the night garden, things are out there creeping. They get into my dreams and befriend all my demons. Is anybody out there? Ask, is anybody out there?
That was Night Garden by Benee, featuring Kenny Beats and Bakar, our old friend Bakar from last week.
Absolutely.
So I
think that's how I found this song. Actually, I was sort of chasing a lead that chasing down an avenue that Bakar had kind of started me on, and I think that's how I ended up on this song.
And you found Benee.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she released this song in July of this year. It features American producer Kenny Beats and Bakar, who we love from last week.
Yeah.
It's the lead single off her forthcoming album. She was announced as Apple's Music Up Next artist for July, becoming the first artist from New Zealand to be bestowed with such a title. Benee is actually Stella Rose Bennett, and she's from Auckland, New Zealand. And in 2019, she won 4 New Zealand Music Awards. Single of the Year, Best Solo Artist, Best Breakthrough Artist, and Best Pop Artist. So during the break, I was telling Simon I thought she was sort of like the Billie Eilish of New Zealand.
Yeah, I get that. I think she has definitely been listening to Billie.
Yeah. Or yeah. It was probably she was been listening.
It's just a great way she uses the voice. It's fabulous, I think.
I really enjoyed this song, I have to say. She what's New Auckland like? You've been to Auckland, New Zealand.
Auckland, it's a very fresh the New Zealanders are a forward-thinking bunch of people. They kind of they remind me a little bit of the Canadians with a lot less resources, smaller cars, a lot more sea around them. Well, actually, technically that's not true, but considering I think land to coastline ratio is a lot higher than Canada.
Everything.
There's lots of little islands. Of course, I loved it. I love it there. There's a naivety to it in a funny sort of way. I think it's because it's so far away from the rest of the Western world. Obviously their big kind of local hookup is with Australia,
right?
But still they are kind of out there. But it's a culture all of its own, and it's an accent all of its own. I have to say.
Can you do it?
No, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to embarrass myself. Why don't you do it, Katy?
I can't, but you, an unknown talent of Simon's that listeners might not know about, is his accent impersonation. First of all, he can do French.
I could tell you a joke then. I got on this plane. I got on this plane going from LA to London, and I was the last person, and I climbed up and I went to my seat and took my seat, and voice came over the tannoy. So the last person has has finally gone on the plane. This is so bad. And before we close the doors, just got a message for the person with the serious peanut allergy. With the person with the serious peanut allergy, please do not eat the peanuts. I'm a stress. Please do not eat the peanuts. And the whole fucking plane was shaking with laughter.
That's excellent. I love that story. See, you are good with accents.
I don't think so. I think you're going to get a lot of complaints from down under for that one.
I don't know. I knew right away. All right. Next week, maybe we'll work on New Zealand. I have a question for you. First of all, I got no questions this week. I just want everyone to know. Right, if you have, real nice.
Oh, you got questions for me?
Yeah, only for you. Right. Yeah, I got questions this week, but none for me. If you have a question for Simon or me, you can send it to Whoosh Radio, WHOOOSHRADIO @gmail.com. Maybe me, would love to hear from you. My question is for Simon. He mentioned in one of the recent episodes about DNA, and I wondered if he has ever had an ancestry test and if he knows if he has any other DNA traces other than French. I had my results recently and was surprised to find out I was Irish. It's all so interesting. Thank you, and lots of love to you both, Priscilla.
Well, have you ever? Priscilla. I have not had my DNA tested. I do know, however, that there is something a little bit Norse in my blood, because I have this condition called Dupuytren's contracture, which only happens to people with Norse blood in them. So that might have come through England, or it might have been the French part, because the Vikings turned into the Normans, didn't they? The Vikings became the Normans, and it could have come that way. It could have been mixed up with a bit of French, in me. It's French,
You need to get a tattoo that says it's French, Maybe. I forget the next joke I was going to. Anyway.
Yeah.
I've
forgotten it already.
Yeah. Well, I have not done that DNA test either. I don't know. I know Roger did it.
Yeah.
And he found out lots of interesting things about himself. He found out he was like 2% Jewish. So he called me. I'm like, we're related.
We're in the brotherhood.
Yeah. Come on by, Raj. Paula. Oh, we already did we already? Oh no, sorry.
No, we have not done Paula.
We did do Paula. We have a question from Michelle. I like this question. Hi, Katy. A question for Simon, of course. When was the last time you took the London Underground, and what was your destination? How do you like that?
I take the London. I take public transport all the time. I use the buses. I use the trains. The last time I took the Underground, I took the District line, and it was from Parsons Green to East Putney. There you go. And that was last week.
Were people wearing masks?
Yep. Yes, they were. Apart from some very sheepish-looking people who got on the train and kind of tried to find a corner where nobody could see them.
I think in New York, they're taking you, if they see you without a mask, they take you off the train.
Yeah, there's that. That seems to be, if they being whom, they being some special police, because I know that it takes a very sort of, it's not a very English thing to do to kind of pick up. I say, sir, you're not wearing a mask, or however they would. It's just not on, Get off the train.
So the next track we're going to play is not a Katy track.
It's not a Katy track.
It's not. It's a Simon track. It's like, the 97% of the world who likes this music, and I'm in the 3% that don't. So tell us how you came upon Class of Deja by Kano featuring DWE
and Gets.
I'm going to start. Can you start calling me Gets? Can you call me Gets from now on?
Gets.
Gets.
Gets what Gets wants.
I can't.
Okay, no, I think this came from an Odyssey started off by, I think it was this year's Mercury Prize. I was checking out the nominees, and I think I got led down a path, and that ended up with this song. I checked it out and thought that would sound great on the radio show called WHOOOSH. So let's stick it on the record right now. This is Kano featuring DWE and Gets. It's Class of Deja.
Ooh, dirty T. That's me.
Then my pre-me, I can see angles. Get money, get snakes by your ankles. Any cobras can get handled. Got enough raw sodas like dangles. Bun MCs, then bun candles. Keep it on wax, that's an idiot thing. Rather tump man up and don't talk about it. That's an inside box for your handball. Penalty, that's a penalty. Tour bus look like a den of thieves. Champagne shopping like 10 of each. Non-stop popping to the cemetery. They don't know about me. Wartime roll out with pure gunman about me. They can't come around east. Who's that? Get back, draw for the mic. You can't ramp with it. Ain't got to kill it with it. Might act silly with it. East End legend like double and willy with it. Don't daddy, don't dilly with it. No man, I sick libbies with it. Grown man on some kiddie business. I do rap and run back the shit like Bush King. Can't take away my classics, kid. If it's warm, I'll take it to the mattresses. Where were you back then? Man was putting in work on the roof back then. With a few man them. Swear no word of a lie, I'm the truth right now. I was the truth back then. Man better call Rooney for some proof right now before we do fact checks.
But man can't try and school me on this. Man can't try and school me on that. Been there, did this and I done. Man been there, did this and I done that. Man run up in houses, run up in flats. Slapped up dogs and slapped up cats in beef. Man come with this and that. Man can't try and school me about this. Man can't try and school me on that. Been there, did this and I done. Man been there, did this and I done that. Man run up in houses, run up in flats. Slapped up dogs and slapped up cats in beef. Man come with this and that. No love, man, I'm moving with the buck.
Them think man about till man start checking credentials. Wreck instrumentals. They know about the pen game, but man I still led them with pencils. They ain't been to the mountain once. Shaolin monk when I step in his temple. Tag team man, see legends assemble. Backseat younger, step out with men's tools. Ryus and Kens, why you with them? Rude boy, man big a tread. That's for nice, I see my youth through the lens. That's fish I believe, don't you for your rep. And still I reload, do it again and then deny. Mutual friends when I ask why did I? What? Why did I? Repercussions. Steven, I even something. 5 nice, 1 wet, that's even numbers. Put it up, man, still a reaper coming. See, I'm way too gifted. Killer MC with bit different flows like a killer MC with presence alone. Level and tone. Timeless and definite flow. Them train enough for tech a man's throne. Make a man know. My man's tech us is cold. Impeccable form. Jason Levels was born in East London where weapons get drawn. Beat devils with horns. Meet cleavers and several swords. DG's felons and fraud. CV's red and get torn. These demons can level with spawn.
But man can't try and school me on this. Man can't try and school me on that. Cause I've been there, did this and I done. Yeah, been there, did this and I done that. Man run up in houses, run up in flats. Slapped up dogs and slapped up in beef. Man, they come with this and nah. Man can't try and school me on this. Man can't try and school me about that. Cause I've been there, did this and I done. Yeah, been there, did this and I done that. Man run up in houses, run up in flats. Slapped up dogs and slapped up cats in beef. Man come with this and that. No laugh when I'm moving. But
trying to stay out of harm's way, but the trouble keeps on miscalling. Can't wrap me up while I'm home alone, man ain't my calling me no coking. Live by it, then die by it, plus pussy girls are informers. That's why all the soldiers keep falling.
oh my god. Ooh, dirty tea. That's me.
Hinds with their track Bamboo. I'm getting a real vibe, a real Shangri-La's vibe from that. But modern. It's a great way to come out of grime, I believe.
This was the first grime track on WHOOSH was Class of Deja. That's exciting that we're playing a new type of music and
genre.
grime,
Yep.
a new genre. It's a UK dance style that draws influences from jungle, dance hall, and hip hop.
That's right.
And I really, believe it or not, I did enjoy that song. And during the break, Simon and I were saying how most of the hip hop type songs are from UK or European hip hop artists. And I
done that.
What's that?
Been there, did this, done that.
Yeah, been there, did. And I just
Been there, did this, done that.
I've gravitated towards that. And then I loved this track, Bamboo by Hinds. It came out in 2014. Hinds used to have a name. It was Deers, and then they had to change it for legal reasons. So they picked Hinds, which means female deer.
Yes, female deers. Yes. There's probably another band called the Deers, isn't there?
Something like that. I'm sure that was the story.
The old deers. The old deers.
The old deers, yeah. The old bitty deers.
Yeah.
I heard not only the Shangri-Las, but a little Velvet Underground maybe in that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the Velvet Underground took a lot of their cue from that sort of 50s, slightly cheesy sort of. I say cheesy, but it's really classy, actually, rock and roll. Yeah, I get that too. It's a lovely record. It's a lovely song, that is.
I watched their video, as I do, 4 girls from Madrid. Right. And you know what YouTube suggested to me after I watched Hinds? The Big Moon, another artist on our playlist. So that's why I think you have ears. You do. You have.
I've got a vibe going, but it's just the algorithm, probably. I think we've had probably a greater percentage of female artists so far in this show than any other show we've had. That's something I want to do, by the way.
I think that's fabulous.
Push the girlies into the show because they deserve it.
They sure do.
Some great music.
If Kane asked you to do a feature, Kano asked you to do a feature, could you do one? I mean, you got some lyric down pretty quick while we were listening. Could you do one?
Sure, yeah.
I think you could too. You know what? I just got what?
Been there, did this, done that. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a
That'll
good
be your second tattoo.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really very happy to play Kano on the show.
So I just got a text.
Yeah.
With some bad news.
What's that? What's happened?
It's the end of the show.
No, it all keeps happening.
It keeps happening, and it happened. It happened so quick. You know, we just get on the phone, we start rapping, we start talking, and then, get back, draw the Mac. I don't know. That's just a hip hop thing I made up. So the next song that you chose is a band
great.
Called Disclosure, which
Disclosure, they're a very successful artist in the UK, certainly for a long, long time. How they done in America? Pretty good.
I think so. Yeah, not as big as in Europe, but this track was my favorite of the week. So you saved the best for last.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we haven't heard a bit from Disclosure for a while, so I think it's nice to play something. We're going to go out with this track. Of course, I want to just mention again that after this track, you're going to hear the bonus track, which is Football by Courting, this week's favorite new band. But before that, we're going to say goodbye. Katy, say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will. So we're going to go out with this one. This is Disclosure with Echo Roosevelt and Tondo.
more.